Hello, welcome. Restricted Views, Everton Fan TV. Welcome here for today's watch-along. Nottingham Forest versus Everton. Really difficult game. Another 3 points needed for Everton. You know, we keep saying as the weeks and the days go on, it's a must-win game. Today, again, is a must-win game. If you look at the league table at the moment, 21 points down there. We're right in with Southampton and Bournemouth. And this is, everyone's played 25 games more or less. This will take us to our 26th game. So we're going to be one game ahead of everybody else. We don't want to be on the same point as Southampton and Bournemouth with 26 games played. So it's, again, another 3 points here will be absolutely crucial to our campaign to stay in the Premier League this season. It would take us up to 16th place. It would drag a couple of other teams back into the equation, and it would just give the whole team a boost. We've not been scoring goals. There's been some changes in today's lineup, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But first off, I just want to say, if you are watching today, if you're watching on Catch Up, if you're watching on YouTube, please do like and subscribe. We're a brand new channel, and everything that you can, any likes or subscribes you can give us will be mostly appreciated and really does help us a lot. And help us grow the channel, share us as well on your socials. And please do follow us at RestrictedEFC on Twitter, at RestrictedEFC on Instagram. And it's all the same socials across the piece, so you'll find us on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's have a look at the teams. As we get the teams on, in goal, Jordan Pickford, no surprise there. Right back, Seamus Coleman. Coleman's been playing really well as of late, obviously scoring against Leeds, and he's rolling back the year, Seamus Coleman, at the moment. Back two, Keane and Tarkowski. A little bit surprised. Michael Keane starts again. Obviously, he came in to the side for the game against Arsenal away. He's kept his place. Connor Cody is on the bench. So interesting to hear from Sean Dyche as to why Cody's out the team and why he's decided to bring Michael Keane in. At left back, we know there's been a change. Mikalenko has got an illness today, so Ben Godfrey's come in at left back. Again, really telling that we have Ruben Vinagre on the bench. He's been on the bench all season, and no manager has favoured him at the left back position. So Sean Dyche doesn't want him at left back because he's the backup and he's not playing. Frank Lampard didn't really play him much at all. So whatever they're seeing on the training ground simply isn't good enough. And you do think that was a Kevin Telswell decision, obviously with his history with the player from Wolves. Midfield three, Idrissa Gana Gueye, Onana and Doucouré. No change there. It's for Everton's midfield. I think it's a massive game for Idrissa Gana Gueye. Couple of mistakes in his last couple of games, obviously giving the penalty away against Aston Villa, making a mistake against Arsenal to put us 2-0 behind. Garner's everywhere on the pitch. He's a fantastic player for Everton. But when we make mistakes, when he makes mistakes like he has over the past couple of games, it just makes it hard to justify putting him in the team. We want him in the team. We want him to play well, and hopefully he will this afternoon. The wide players are Iwobi and McNeil. No change there again. McNeil's played well since Sean Dyche has took over. He's getting down the wing on the left-hand side more times than not. He's getting balls into the box. He's been dangerous. He's winning corners. His final product needs to be a little bit better. And, of course, he needs to add goals to his game. If he adds goals to his game, I think he could take him to the next level. Iwobi struggled since he came back in, since Sean Dyche took over. Frank Lampard was playing him in the centre midfield, almost as the most forward player of a midfield three. And there he was all over the pitch. You'd see him pop up everywhere, winning the ball. He was playing 1-2s. He was dictating play. But now he's out on the right-hand wing. He just seems to be struggling in this Everton side. There's a lot more onus on him to get back and defend. I understand that. But going forward, he just doesn't look like he's got the confidence to move past the player and get a good ball in. I'm hoping we see much improvement from Alex Iwobi today. Up front, Demarai Gray. Now, this is a massive change for Everton. We haven't been scoring goals. Neil Maupay is out the team, even though Sean Dyche was praising him in midweek, praising his effort and his commitment to the team and saying he's getting himself in good positions and getting himself in positions where he can score goals. Even though he said that, Sean Dyche just took him out the team. And it's Demarai Gray up front for Everton. This is Restricted Views, Everton TV. We're having a watch-along, which means we're all watching the game together. I'm going to turn my notifications off on my phone because our stream may be 30 seconds to a minute behind. I would encourage you to do the same as well if you are watching along, and hopefully we can enjoy an Everton away win, which is somewhat of a rarity. There's going to be a minute silence before the game starts. I'll just pop my headphones on and let's see how the game goes. So just seeing what the latest stream here is we can get onto. Looks like it is this one. So let me know where you're watching, YouTube and Facebook. Please give us a comment, give us a like and subscribe. But let us know if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and get involved with the chat. You know, this is nothing without your input. So let me know how things are going on your end. Do we think Everton's going to get a win today? You know, much needed away win. I certainly hope so. Nottingham Forest have been playing really well at home. They haven't lost at home, I believe, since the beginning of the season. They've made their ground a real fortress. So it's difficult to go there. You can see the Forest stands at the moment. They've all got the scarves out. They're all waving the flags. They made it a real fierce atmosphere at home. And I think they needed to do that, Nottingham Forest, in order to stay in this league this year. Of course, they were in right trouble, weren't they, at the beginning of the year? Steve Cooper looked like he was going to lose his job and then got a new contract. And you didn't really know what was going on there. 30 new players through the door. Might even be 31 or 32. And they were a bit of a laughingstock at the start of the season, Nottingham Forest. But absolute fair play to them. They've turned it round. And now, if anything, they look like one of the favourites to stay up rather than one of the favourites to go down. And that wasn't the case for long at the beginning of the season. Here we are. Neil Maupay's on the bench, if you didn't see. Mikolenko is not on the bench. He misses the squad altogether with an illness. No Dominic Calvert-Lewin today. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you know, once again, Sean Dyche has put no time frame on his return. If you watch Sean Dyche's press conferences, whenever asked by any media journalist about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's very blunt and almost shuts them down. You know, a couple of questions got asked. Is he close to return? How's it going? What stage is he at in his rehabilitation? And Sean Dyche immediately just said, don't want to talk about it. He'll be back when he's back. And really doesn't want to commit. Maybe because if Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he does get a setback, he doesn't want to disappoint fans. He doesn't want to disappoint the player himself and ruin his morale. I'm not too sure what kind of angle he's going for, but it is what it is. Here we are. We're underway. I will just start the tickers. Apology about that. I haven't quite done that just yet. And it's underway. Come on, you Blues. Definitely need 3 points here today. Looks like Everton in the all blue strip today. Blue, blue, blue. Blue top, blue shorts, blue socks. It didn't work out well for us, to be fair, against Arsenal. We were in the same kit and we got absolutely thrashed. So let's hope it's going to be a much better result. Looks like Damari Gray already playing up. Doesn't seem to be pressing the Forest back line. You know, he's not closing every ball down. He's not spreading himself thin across the front line. So, but Dwight McNeil seems to be on the right hand side. Shelvey on the ball for Nottingham Forest. I mean, what horrible player Shelvey is. You know, constant red cards when he played for Newcastle. You could never trust him as a player, could you? And every time you played him, you just feel like he's going to get a yellow card, he's going to get a red card. It's probably a good bet for, if you're doing an accumulator, for any time to get a yellow or red card at any point during the game. Shelvey's got to be top of the list there if anyone's putting a bet on. Here's Dwight McNeil down the left-hand side, twisting and turning with the ball. He actually gets tripped up there. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. Let us know if you can hear me okay on the streams and let me know where you are watching us from. TSX Spotter say relegation battle spicy this season. It is spicy. I mean, if that's what you meant, there's a lot of teams down there. And a couple of weeks ago, we thought Southampton and Bournemouth were gone. You know, they were the real ones that aren't going to survive. But they've got a few results. And look at Bournemouth yesterday. You know, almost had a few points against Arsenal there. Arsenal done really well to come back. Bournemouth thought they were getting at least a point. You know, they were 2-0 up at one point in the game. But here we are, free kick to Everton. Damari Gray on the on the left-hand side, standing over it with McNeil. All the big hitters in the box: Tarkowski, Keane, Onana, Iwobi. Ball goes into the back post. Somebody gets head on it. Looks like Decore, but it gets blocked and away outside the Forest area. Garnagay drives it back in. The ball's with Decore at the moment. Lays it off. Everton just playing with the ball now in the Forest half. Iwobi picking the ball up on the edge of the box. Decore gets it again, twisting and turning. Goes to Keane. Keane gets shot away. He tries. It's blocked. And McNeil gets a shot and it goes over the bar. Decent start for Everton. Got a free kick. They're putting some pressure on. Couple of attempts there. Keane got the ball on the edge of the box, tried to put his foot through it, but got blocked. Seen Keane actually score a goal, haven't we, against Palace, that all-important goal against Palace last season. And McNeil puts it over the bar. McNeil needs to do a little bit better with his finishing in all games, really. But I think he's a young player, isn't he? He's just got to add that to his game. Johnson down here for Forest. It's going to be a Forest free kick just inside the Everton half. Yeah, Dwight McNeil, he's got so much promise, hasn't he, Dwight McNeil? So much enthusiasm, and he works hard down that left-hand side. He gets back, he does the sloppy work, which he has to do under Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche just won't allow him not to do it. He defends well, he wins the ball, but getting forwards, he can go past the player, which we all like about attacking players, don't we? We want someone to go past the player, and he can do that. We just need him to go past the player and score a goal, which he doesn't seem to be doing at the moment. No one does in this Everton team. Ben Godfrey on the left-hand side today, playing left-back. I think, obviously, no Mikolenko due to illness. I think Ben Godfrey brings in a different dimension to the team. A little bit more physical than Mikolenko, but at the same time, a little bit more rash. I wasn't too convinced by Godfrey's performance when he came on at Arsenal in midweek. I thought he could have done a bit better. I thought Seamus Coleman was much more solid in that right-back position than Godfrey was when he came on. So we'll say it's going to be a test for Godfrey playing at left-back. Of course, Godfrey's comfortable playing at any position across the back four. But he's not played left-back too many times for this Everton side, so it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on today. Let's take a look at the Everton on the ball now. Iwobi down the right-hand side, puts the ball in to Damari Gray. Holds it up well, to be fair. Leaves it back off to Garnagay. Everton still with possession of the ball. It's a massive game, massive 3 points this would be for Everton here today. Godfrey down the left-hand side, tries a little one give and go with McNeil. Forest playing well. Forest have putting pressure on Everton when Everton have got possession. They're not just sitting back and letting Everton have the ball. There's Serge Aurier right back for Nottingham Forest. He was at Spurs, wasn't he, for some time. I actually thought he was okay at Spurs. I don't know why they got rid of him, because they never really had a decent replacement. They got that Doherty in, but I thought Serge Aurier was all right. Seamus Coleman for Everton on the right-hand side, ever present. No Patterson on the bench here today, just not ready yet after injury. He did play in midweek for the under-21s, but just not ready to be in the squad. He probably just needs a bit more recovery time. Godfrey down the left-hand side here, charging forward with the ball. Looks like he was fouled there, but the referee's not give anything. Bit of a dubious decision, that, in my opinion. Should have been a free kick to Everton. James Garner back on the bench today. He played in midweek as well, just coming back from injury. And he's fit enough to be on the bench. I think we definitely need more bodies in that midfield area. We've got Tom Davis on the bench. No, I'm not the type of Evertonian that'll go into Everton players and really criticise them, but I think Tom Davis, he needs to improve or possibly needs a new challenge outside of Everton. Ball comes in from Iwobi. Really just floated a ball into the box there. Not a ball Damari Gray's going to win. He's not going to win a header inside the box. McNeil made the angled run behind the defence. He was looking to get onto that, but he just didn't quite get his head on it. A bit like the goal Everton and Nottingham Forest at Goodison Park from earlier on the season. It was a draw 1-1 that game, wasn't it? And Nottingham Forest scored in about the 80th minute, and we got an equaliser through Damari Gray. Damari Gray actually scored, and it was an angled ball through, an angled run from Damari Gray behind the defence, and eventually it was a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. So maybe that's a tactic Everton have going to target this afternoon to try and get behind this Forest defence. Sean Dyche knows Nottingham Forest very well. Of course, started off there as a youngster. I think he was on the books along with Steve Stone and Ian Woan. I think that's where they met each other, actually. All got together and started to room together and spend time together. And obviously, it's carried on into their coaching career. But yeah, Sean Dyche started at Nottingham Forest. And when he was out of work, he actually was down, I believe, at Forest, watching them a few times. Ball comes across here. Actually, Onana gets his head on the ball. It's that through. Broken. It's a sloppy. Oh, it's a penalty for Everton. It's a penalty for Everton. It was a sloppy piece of play. A very sloppy piece of play from Everton and Forest. The ball was bouncing across the box everywhere. Nobody could put the foot on it. It was bouncing from Decore, got his head on it. Seamus Coleman tried to get it. The defence didn't clear it at all. Then McNeil went in, and Shelvey, we've just talked about Shelvey and how reckless he is. Shelvey has brought down McNeil. And look at that. McNeil goes down. It's a clear penalty. But who's going to take it for Everton? You know, we don't get too many penalties, and we haven't got a clear penalty taker. So who's going to take it? Please, if you have just found us, I appreciate all the comments saying you've just found us. Please do like and subscribe and share us. That's the only way we're going to grow as a channel, and we're brand new. We've just started, so please do share us. Everton penalty here. Looks like it's under the VAR review. I don't know what he's looking at. Oh, they're looking for the handball. The ball strikes the upper arm of Decore as he goes in for the header. I personally think it did hit the Decore's arm, but it looks like the VAR review is over, and it is a penalty. It's a penalty to Everton. And it's Damari Gray going to take it. Can he make it another goal against Forest? He obviously scored against Forest earlier on the season. Forest fans behind the goal, head in hands. They can't believe they've conceded such an opportunity. It was conceded a penalty within the first 10 minutes of the game. Here we are now. Damari Gray steps up. He hits it hard to the right-hand side, and it's a goal. It's 1-0 to Everton. Come on. He just walks away, tells the Forest fans to lip it. And it's 1-0. Come on, Everton. What a start. Everton fans going absolutely mental. We don't score too many goals, so we've got to enjoy them when they go in. It's 1-0 to Everton, and what a start. First 10 minutes, 1-0 ahead. Good penalty kick from Damari Gray. Puts it to the keeper's left-hand side, quite high into the goal. The goalkeeper goes the wrong way. But what a sloppy piece of play from Shelvey. Shelvey's such a liability for Forest. That's why I said, why would anyone play Shelvey? It's almost like you guarantee for him to make a mistake, yellow, red card every single game. But look, as Evertonians, we don't care. It's 1-0 to Everton. Look, these are going to be a massive 3 points if we can hang on. We say hang on, it's only 10 minutes gone. But already, the Everton mindset is like, can we just hang on? Can we just get the 3 points? 1-0 to Everton. What a fantastic start. And to be fair, the first 10 minutes, it's been all Everton. You know, we've been pressing forwards. We've been having possession of the ball. Been breaking into the Forest half. Forest haven't really done anything in the Everton half, so to speak, as of yet. Let's keep it up. Forest with the throw in in their own half. Puts it forward. Tarkowski gets the head on the ball and wins it. Ball's almost, it's a bit of a sloppy. It's breaking between teams. The play's breaking down both ends. Shelby looping the ball up to Wood. So Wood playing up front for Nottingham Forest. Obviously, former Sean Dyche player. Obviously, played for Burnley for a number of years. Made the move to Newcastle in January, just the season Burnley went down. So 6 months before Burnley went down, Wood moved over to Newcastle. Played a bit of money for him, Newcastle as well, didn't he? £30 million. Or 25, was it? 25, £30 million. It didn't set the world to life for Newcastle, but just filled that gap, you know, before they could get another player in. And to be fair, Newcastle have recycled him well. They've sold him on to Forest, got a bit of money back. So they've gone about it the right way. Newcastle. Nottingham Forest, though, you know, they've been playing some decent football as of late. Much better than the start of the season. And I think Chris Wood's a big part of that. He's a Sean Dyche player. He's big, he's physical, he holds the ball up well. Doesn't score that many goals, but leads the line well. And for a team like Burnley and Nottingham Forest, he's probably an ideal player for them. Ball bouncing about here. Michael Keane plays it to Onana, just coming into the Forest half. Onana plays it back to Tarkowski again. Tarkowski with the angle ball to the right-hand side, tries to find Iwobi down the right wing. Iwobi does pick it up, looking inside the box, gets a low ball in, but it's cleared away from the defence. I think that's where Iwobi needs to do a little bit more. He needs to break, he needs to take a player on and see if he can push inside the box there. Iwobi's confidence seems to have gone down when he plays as a winger. He doesn't seem to like to go past the player, or he can't go past the player. I'd like to see him try and commit. And okay, if you lose the ball 2-3 times, you're a winger. At least you're trying. At least you're trying to put yourself in a dangerous position. But he just keeps, putting crosses into the box, poor crosses to be fair. He needs to get himself in a bit of a better position. And that's something I'd like to see from Iwobi today and going forward. I think he struggled. I think he really found a home in that midfield three under Frank Lampard, Iwobi. He really enjoyed playing there. And I don't know, maybe he's just feeling sorry for himself a little bit on that right-hand side now. A little bit unloved. Like he'd found a position, he was comfortable, and now he's being moved out. Of course, Sean Dyche is favouring Decore in that midfield three now, alongside Onana and Garnagay. And to be fair to Decore, he's done well since he came back into the team. Obviously, he had a falling out with Frank Lampard towards the end of his reign. Decore's come in, almost like fresh blood. He's fresh impetus, new lease of life. He's been given a clean slate by Sean Dyche and just said, okay, go out and play. Thanks everybody for tuning in at the moment. This is Restricted Views, Everton Fan TV. Please do give us a like and subscribe, and share us with your friends as much as you can. We're brand new and we're hoping to grow the channel. We're doing a bit of a test run at the moment before the end of the season, and we're looking to launch into the new season with a real impetus. So please do like and subscribe. Forest there breaking forward into the Everton half, just playing it from outside the box. Morgan, Gibbs Morgan with the ball. Forest happy just to play the ball around the back and just keep possession of the ball. Shelvey at the minute looking to spread. Almost loses the ball again, Shelvey. Oh, what a liability. You've heard me say that a few times. Shelvey's an absolute liability. Wouldn't have him in my team in a million years. Free kick here to Forest inside the Everton half, just inside the Everton half on the right-hand side. Sean Dyche on the sidelines there, just clapping along the team. Really, really a touchline manager, Sean Dyche, isn't he? Doesn't give the players a minute of peace. Almost like Moisey. Moisey did that for Everton. He was always on the sidelines, always shouting. He'd literally be telling the player, pass here, pass there. And Sean Dyche is the same. You always see Ian Woan on the sidelines as well, giving a lot of advice. Forest free kick, ball goes into the box. Jordan Pickford gets up and gets a fist away. It's volleyed back in, but it goes out for an Everton goal kick. I think Jordan Pickford there coming out. It was I don't know if Gabe Wipes got his head on that, but anyway, Pickford came out, punched it out instead of catching it. And I always like a goalkeeper to catch the ball. Shelvey put the free kick into the box. It was Gibbs White going to volleying it back into the box. But Pickford, he doesn't really get a good grasp of the ball. Catch it. I want a goalkeeper just to go out and own the ball. And just keepers don't do that these days. I know I sound like an old man, but in my day, goalkeepers would come out and catch the ball. And it would just relieve the pressure away from the defence. Modern goalkeepers don't do that. Here we are with Forest down the left-hand side, absolutely making a search and run into the box. Forest with the ball now. Good Everton impression. Defence, to be fair, pushing Forest right the way back. And it will be getting physical there with the Forest players as well, shoulder to shoulder. Forest come back with the ball, though. Recovered well. Got it down the left-hand side, looking to get a ball in. Do so, but it's blocked by Seamus Coleman. Another ball in on the rebounds, but it's headed away by Everton. And Damari Gray, right on the edge of his D, thumps it clear far into the Forest half. So Forest coming back with a little bit of pressure here, putting the pressure on Everton. You would think that after going a goal down, they would put a bit more pressure on. Shelvey with a little 1-2. Plays it back into the centre-backs. Centre-backs now playing it wide. Yeah, comfortable start though for the first 17, 18 minutes for Everton. Better than what I thought, to be fair. I mean, we're winning for the start. But decent possession. Decent pressure on the ball. Wood there going shoulder to shoulder with Tarkowski and getting the better of Tarkowski on that occasion. I think Tarkowski needs to be a little bit stronger in that on those occasions. Wood's a big physical lad, and he's going to make his presence known there. But yeah, not too many chances for either side in the first 18 minutes. Of course, Everton scored through a penalty. But yeah, decent start. I'm happy with it. I think we obviously need to impose ourselves on the game a little bit more as the game grows. We need to get hold of the ball. We need to create some openings. But I think when two teams are down at the bottom of the Premier League and they play each other, it's never pretty. It's never going to be a classic. And if you want to watch some fluid... it's a shot on goal, and John Pickford saves on the rebound. It's a goal. It's a goal to Forest. It's 1-1. It's Johnston scored. It was a shot from outside the box for Nottingham Forest. Jordan Pickford gets down to his left-hand side and gets a hand to it. But almost like the game earlier on the season at Goodison Park, Pickford doesn't actually push the shot away. He almost pushes it to the path of the Forest player. It was Johnson, and he just sides-foot it into the net. It was like a carbon copy goal of Forest goal at Goodison Park earlier on the season. And it's 1-1. I might be being a little bit harsh to Jordan Pickford there because it was a good shot on goal. He can only parry it into the path of Johnson, who side-foots it into the back of the net. About 6 yards out inside the Everton box. So disappointing. So disappointing. It was the first real chance on goal, and it's 1-1. Well, we're certainly in for the game. Certainly in for the game now. It's not going to be the Everton players are standing around pointing at themselves, saying, how did this happen? Forest from the kickoff have gone forward again. Seamus Coleman had the ball, but it's broken down. The ball's come into the box. It's flicked on by Wood. Oh, and it's deflected just over the bar. And that could have been another Forest goal. What is going on, this Everton defence? Ball comes into the box. Wood just pulls off Tarkowski. But Tarkowski flicks it over his own ball. Yeah, so we're about a minute and a half behind. So if you are watching, that is why, because we're obviously on Sky Go watching this, so it is a little bit behind, and then the YouTube delay goes in, so it might be just off what you're watching. But we won't be too far away. Forest with the corner now. Puts his one hand up. Looks like it's going to be fizzed into the box. Out swinger. Gibbs White into the box, heading to the back post. And Godfrey, under no real pressure, puts it out again for another corner. He makes a bit of a mess of it, to be fair. I mean, he could turn with that ball and turn away from goal, but he doesn't. Another corner to Forest. Going to be an in-swinger this time. I mean, this will be a disaster. If Forest were to get anything from this game, it would be an absolute disaster for Everton. Going 1-0 up away from home. Disappointing to concede so early. They've gone short this time. They played a little 1-2. Goes to Shelby outside the box. Outside of his foot, puts a ball into the box, but Jordan Pickford gets hold of it. Just need to buy us a bit of time here. Just let play calm down a little bit. We don't need to be getting ball and losing possession so quick like we have been doing the past 5 minutes. Need to put our foot on the ball, play it round the back, or just play safely for a couple of minutes and just let Forest work off the ball. See, that's really poor. The ball goes back into defence to Michael Keane, and he just lumps it forward down the right-hand side. Iwobi's not there. Damari Gray's not there. No one's going to win a header. And it's just a really poor ball to no one. And Damari Gray's gone down, and he's someone in real pain. Don't know if he gets a scrape down the back of the knee or what. Iwobi tries to play a 1-2. They're not putting the ball out just yet. Looks like it goes a goal for the Everton throw in towards the corner flag. But Damari Gray is absolutely screaming in pain. Looks like he's had to rake down either the calf or the Achilles. Not good for Damari Gray there. Hopefully he can get back to his feet, and he's going to be an important player for us. It wasn't a good reaction. He went down. He was absolutely smashing the ground in pain, but as Premier League players do, suddenly 30 seconds up, he's up, and he's ready to play on. did look like a nasty one, to be fair. Looks like Colback, just his left foot, just stood on the back of Damari Gray's ankle. Looks like that would have been a painful one there. Here we go, 1-2. Seamus Coleman's inside the box. He pulls the ball forward. Oh, that looks like another penalty. It looks like another penalty. Was it a pen? No, referee's not give it. Are they saying holds up? It's going to be a VAR review. It was a 1-2 between Coleman and Iwobi. Coleman gets into the box. He goes to put a cross. Goes to hit the ball and cross the ball. But Coleman's gone to swing his foot to hit the ball. And he's actually caught Colback. And it was not a penalty. It was play on. Forrester got the ball inside the Everton half, down the right-hand side. Pressing Godfrey, gets to the touchline, pulls it back. Ball goes into the box, blocked. Once again, Shelby with the ball, puts the ball in. Heads the way this time from Tarkowski. It looks like Forest are going to target this right-hand side with Ben Godfrey down there. It's where the goal came from. Another great ball in from Forest there, into the real danger area towards the back post. Michael Keane does well to get his head on it and get it away. Forest putting some good balls into the box. And we look a little bit shaky at the back there, which is surprising. We're normally solid at the back there, but I think Michael Keane being at the back just makes us that little bit more vulnerable, in my opinion. I'd much rather see Connor Cody at the back. Obviously, don't know why the Cody's being left on the bench today. He was on the bench against Arsenal as well. Maybe it's just, freshen up the team, freshen the back line up, but a little bit shaky in the defence for me when we have Keane in there. And especially Godfrey at right back, not his natural position. Obviously, the goal came from that Godfrey side as well. Now, I don't know. They're showing the penalty appeal again from Coleman. And Colback does make contact with Coleman's foot there. It was almost one of them. Colback, is it Colback? He was on his Coleman's back. And Coleman was absolutely furious. He thought it was definitely a penalty. But apparently it went to VAR and they've said no penalty. But I think, personally, could have had another one there. Garnegay in midfield, battling. Garnegay just doesn't want to make another mistake today. I expect Garnegay to be playing it very simple and short and not be making any mistakes. Stephen Howe saying this would be an absolute disaster for Everton if Forest sneaked the 3 points today, and it absolutely would. But please do let us know where you're watching from, YouTube or Facebook. Get on the chat. Love to hear your feedback about how the game's going at the moment. Do you see Everton getting 3 points here, or do you see Forest getting something from the game? Let us know if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook as well. Please do like and subscribe and share. Share with your friends who are trying to grow the channel, so that'll be fantastic. Forest with the ball now, just around the centre-back with the ball inside their own half. Puts a long one towards the right-hand side, but Dwight McNeil intercepts, gets his head on the ball, but can't find an Everton player. The ball breaks. Damari Gray goes into the challenge. Garner goes into the challenge, gets fouled, and it's an Everton free kick. Just inside the centre circle, inside the Forest half. It looks like Aurier actually swiped his legs there from Garnegay. A little bit reckless. Could have been a yellow card. Late as well. Don't think the referee is going to show one, though. Aurier and Coleman are going at it face to face. Aurier is telling them to shut up and to get the fuck out. Definitely some coarse language going on there. But Everton just need to keep focused, keep pressing forwards, keep getting to the ball into the box, and work for an opportunity. You look at this Everton side and you don't know where the goal's going to come from, do you? But the ball goes in now, headed towards Tarkowski. He lets it go to Inanu, puts a massive ball into the box, but it slices it, and it goes over the bar for a Forest goal kick. Really, thanks to comments here coming in. Just found you through. Let's see what it says. Just found you through searching for an Everton Watchalong. You're so underrated. Nice one, fella. Thanks very much. I will check out your channel as well, if you have one. He's got a comment there, road to 500 subs. I appreciate the comment. Please do like and subscribe us and share us about. Come on to the Blues. We need 3 points here today. course, our next game is against Brentford, home, which is going to be another really, really difficult game. We know how good they are. And who would to say that? Brentford's only been in the Premier League for a couple of years, and you almost fear them coming to Goodison Park, and you think they're going to be a really good team then. Who would have thought that? Everton free kick here. Forest absolutely flying into these channels, really aggressive. You want your team to be aggressive, but conceding a few free kicks here, and then conceded a free kick inside the Everton, just inside the Everton half. Gibbs White swiped the ball away from McNeil. That's Everton free kick. Gibbs White's absolutely furious. He's throwing his arms, in front of the referee and making his point known. The referee's just taking time here to speak to the Forest players. Just go settle down. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. It's only a free kick. Sean Dyche back on his stomping ground in Nottingham Forest. Same as Ian Woan and Steve Stone. Desperate to get a result here against Forest. Everton will be. Desperate to get 3 points. If we get 3 points, we move up to 16th. And even that just feels like a win. Here's the Everton ball now. It's a Corey. It's a goal! And it's 2-1 to Everton. Come on! Wasn't even prepared for that. It's another set piece. It's a free kick. Get in there. Come on! 2 Everton goals in a game. It must be Christmas. It's a free kick. Jordan Pickford takes it really deep inside into the Everton half, actually, almost on the centre circle. Plays the ball high and wide. Tarkowski gets his head on the ball. Then Keane flicks it on inside the box, and it drops to Decore almost on the penalty spot, and he nods it in. So it's a free kick. Header from Tarkowski, header from Keane, and then to Decore, nods it past the keeper. What a goal. What a brilliant goal. 2-1 to Everton. Everton back in front. Now we just need to keep it. Let's just calm ourselves down. Decore runs away, points up to the gods, and it must be the gods because we don't score more than 1 goal in any game. And they must be with us. Come on, Decore. 2-1 to Everton. Now we just need to do what we didn't do before, and that's just chill out. Keep hold of the ball, keep possession, and just waste 10 minutes. Just break up the play, calm it down. Keep hold of the ball, get a bit of possession on the go. But I didn't think we'd be scoring 2 goals here today at Forest, so there's a smile on my face right now. We're only half an hour in, but it's a fantastic sign that we found our scoring boots here. Forest look a bit shell-shocked, to be fair. They've got a poor record from set pieces, I believe. So there will be Everton would have seen that and thought we can get at them through set pieces because we are strong from set pieces. We always target Tarkowski for the first ball, and whether he nods it onto someone else or has an attempt on goal himself, we always target Tarkowski. So you would think Forest would know where the ball's going. They know who we're going to target, but they couldn't do anything about it. On this occasion, it was a 2 flick-ons for the goal and then an attempt on goal. Really good Everton set piece there. Tarkowski to Keane to Decore. Boom. 2-1. Steve Cooper looks absolutely devastated. They got themselves back into the game, going 1-0 behind, drew it back to 1-1, and now the Mighty Blues have made it 2-1. And the spirit of the Blues is getting sung out there by the travelling Evertonians. I can hear them loud and proud. So Forest with possession of the ball. Down in their own half. Shelby on the ball, just plays it back to the centre-backs. Forest remain patient on the ball, to be fair, when they get it. Try to chip a ball forward there, but Michael Keane recovers the ball. And it's back with Tarkowski, who himself plays a long ball forward. Tries to get down the right-hand side of the Forest defence, but it's intercepted. And it's back with Sergio down this right-hand side. Tries to play it to Shelvey, but again, Everton win the ball. Really sloppy play by both teams. No one's keeping the ball. No one's putting more than 4 or 5 passes together at the moment. But here we go. Coleman now with the ball, gives it to Iwobi. Iwobi tries to play it to Garnagay, but again, just plays it into one of the Forest players. We just can't keep possession. I'd love us to see us just play 10 passes. Let's just see if we can get to 10 and then just play passes around our team just to keep hold of the ball. But both teams struggling at the moment. It's ping-ponging between defence and attack from both sides. It's a Forest throw down the right-hand side. Comes into Serge Aurier. Plays it back into the centre half. And once again, Forest in comfortable possession with Felipe in the back. 2-1 to Everton in the 33rd minute. But this is what we want to see. It feels so good to be playing away from home and be actually winning for the change. It just light up our weekends if we can get a win here. And we can watch the next match with a smile on our faces regardless of what happens. He's gone again midfield now. Again, just playing it simple to Onana. Onana just telling the defence just to calm down with the ball for the moment. But Forest are playing it out from the back. Everton in no interest to go and press Forest in their own half. Everton have got a bit of a mid-block going on. So attack is just on the Forest's centre circle. But when the Forest players have got the ball in defence quite deep, there's no attempt from Damari Gray or Iwobi or McNeil to press that back line. They're happy just to let them have it. Everton is sitting back and just saying, you have it in your own half. When you come into our half, we'll then start to press and start to work and try and win the ball back. But we're happy for you to have it and to do what you want with it in your own half. Which is a good, nothing wrong with that philosophy in my mind. You know, the more we press, will allow gaps in the back, in the defence. So, no problem with me. Ben Godfrey just gone in for the strong challenge there. Won the ball though. Nothing wrong with it. If you're winning the ball, you can go in hard. Just make sure you win that ball. And I think that's what everyone says to the teams, don't they? They want to see commitment. They want to see strong challenges and aggression in the play. You want that from your team, but just make sure you win the ball. Everton with the ball back with Pickford, who lumps it forward. Again, not sure who's going up for the header. Onana does. Doesn't win it, but the ball breaks to Iwobi, who plays the ball into Damari Gray, who tries really hard to get it under control. He's got a sea of red around him from Forest. But Everton still carry possession. Iwobi on the right-hand side, plays it to McNeil, who's found himself on the right over there. He looks inside the box, but thinks, I'm not going to play it in. He plays a nice little ball to Iwobi. Iwobi tries to get a ball in, but it's blocked. Oh, and it breaks back out into Everton's possession on the right. McNeil again puts a ball into the box. Decore tries to flick it on, but it's blocked and away. Wood absolutely holding the ball up, fending off Michael Keane. Wood does really well in battling with Michael Keane there. And here we go, Forest inside the Everton half. Colback. Knocking it around the back. Shelvey as the ball comes into the Everton half now. So it's obvious we are a minute or two behind. We know this. YouTube does have a slight delay when you're live. So we will not be as sharp as some of your pictures. Shelvey throw into Aurier. No real pressure on the Forest players here. Everton again, just sitting back. Once the ball comes into our half, then we'll start to press. 37 minutes gone. Shelvey, great ball forwards, but just goes into Jordan Pickford's hands. Nice ball forward, though. Let us know if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know your feedback. Oh, that one guy trying to wound me up there. Nice one, though. You got me working there. I checked my phone and everything. Carnegie, 1-2 with Iwobi. Iwobi pressing forward. Decore with the ball now. Nicely recovered. Decore surging forward. Plays onto the right-hand side to Damari Gray. Damari Gray does 1, 2, 3 step overs. Plays it back to McNeil. Puts the ball into the box again. In swinger. Well, just gets cleared out by Forrest. Anana's in the box there. When Damari Gray goes onto the wing, Anana finds himself into the box, and he seems to be the one, him and Decore, to be getting into the box to try and make up the numbers. But when it goes in, he hasn't been able to get on the end of the ball yet, Anana, inside the box. Here's Seamus Coleman breaking into the box now. Looks like it's going to go for the corner, does it? No. Forrest recover and absolutely smash the ball forward. Tarkowski easily picks the ball up inside the Everton half and plays it back to Jordan Pickford. Now, if we can get to half-time now, the goal is get to half-time with the scoreline still intact, isn't it? You always think that as you get to 40-odd minutes, just don't concede. Just get to half-time, get in and have a refresh. Let Sean Dyche get his words across. I think he'll be pleased in the first 45 here from Everton. We've played well, defended well, Forest goal was from a well-worked move from them, a shot from outside the box. But that we will analyse that a little bit more later. Dwight McNeil on the right-hand side. He flips it onto his left, cuts inside towards goal, and hits it, and it just gets tipped over the bar. It's a nice shot. Nice shot with his left foot there. McNeil coming in. Everton a bit fluid here in the attack and play. McNeil's going onto the right-hand side almost with Iwobi and doubling up there and playing a little 1-2 and they're both being there. And that's when Damari Gray and Onana are in the box. But it's a corner. You know it's going to go towards Tarkowski because they always do. Out of taking a short, Everton. It goes back to McNeil. He puts a ball into the box. Oh, it's Felipe heads it clear. Decore now from outside the box gets a shot. It's tame. It's bopping about the Forest box everywhere, almost like when the penalty in the first half got given. No one's really getting a hold of it, but the ball eventually gets cleared outside the Forest area. When the ball goes into the Forest box there, sometimes it almost like no one's got real control over the ball. Forest are getting a little flick on it, but not clearing it. We're trying to get it under control, but not really doing it properly, and it's just bouncing between players, and it could bounce anywhere. Johnson there was one-on-one with Godfrey, but Godfrey does well, gets a foot in, and goes out for a Forest throw down the Forest right-hand side, and Everton left. Damari Gray's done really well there. He's absolutely sprinted back and dispossessed Aurora, and it went out for another throw-in. But it just shows Damari Gray obviously put a shift in. He knows he has to do that in Sean Dyche's team. Fair play. Forest throw again. Back to Shelvey. Shelvey playing the ball inside. Forest moving the ball well from left to right. Tries to put a ball through there towards the back post. But Johnson is struggling to keep it in. He does so. Oh, and he gets fouled by Godfrey right by the corner flag. It's going to be a yellow card to Godfrey. Wow. It's going to be a free kick to Nottingham Forest. Near the touch line, near the touch flag actually, down Everton's back left. I mean, there wasn't too much in it. There was no physical contact with the feet from Godfrey. It was almost just like a little barge, but certainly didn't deserve a yellow card in my opinion. But it's going to be a Forest free kick anyway. Johnson's still off the... he's half on the pitch, half off the pitch, lying down. The physios are seeing to him. Looks like he's holding his lower back. He's almost off the pitch. It's almost his boots that are on the pitch. But they're still holding play up for him. It'll be interesting to see if he can come back on for the free kick or if he has to stay off the pitch. Yeah, it looks like he has to stay off. So the free kicks are about to come in. Everton just with Garner Gay in a one-man wall. He is a one-man wall, isn't he? Ball goes in, headed away by Michael Keane. Rose like a salmon. Headed back in by Forrest, and Pickford comes out, collects the ball. Pickford goes down, holds it. Just got to waste a few more minutes before half-time. Almost 43 minutes in. The first half's flew. It's been a good first half. Being pleased with Everton's performance. Not too many chances, but scored 2 goals. One from a penalty kick and one from another set piece from a free kick. Decore with the header. But look, we're not going to be complaining when goals go in. I don't care how they go in, as long as they go in. And of course, that's something we've been struggling with, scoring goals as of late. So to score 2 goals away from home, absolutely delighted. Pickford with the long ball forwards, and what a mess he's made of that. No pressure on him, and he's just played the ball forward, but it's just gone out to play near the managers. Didn't even get past the halfway line. You got to say, Jordan Pickford, he's a great keeper, and he's been a great keeper for us. But he likes himself as a bit of a ball player, doesn't he? He thinks he's decent on the ball, and he does play it out well sometimes, but he can also have some stinkers, and he does slice it a few times. Forrest on the ball. Whenever Forrest get the ball, they're looking for that angled long ball. So if the right back's got it, Aurier, he looks towards the left-hand side and tries to play a long directional ball. And they keep doing that. They're finding some success with it as well, to be fair. They've just done it. And Iwobi's gone into the Forest player there. It's a free kick to Forest. Into Lodi. I had him on Football Manager, by the way. Anyone play Football Manager, let me know. If you've had Renan Lodi, I signed him. He was all right. So I was a bit surprised when he went to Forest, but Forest, 2 players standing over this free kick. 2 players in the wall now for Everton. Garnagay and Damari. Ball's going to come in from Gibbs-White. Does so. And it's away again from Tarkowski, headed. The ball's bouncing about a little bit, but Garnagay gets it under control. Leads the ball charging forward. Plays it off to Onana. This could be a counter-attack here. Onana charging down the left-hand side. He's got Decore in support. He does play it to Decore down the left-hand side. Decore he cuts inside the box into his left foot, puts a ball in. It falls to Gray, side foots it. Oh, and it's blocked. It's Gibbs-White who gets the block in. It fell to Damari Gray on the back post, and he tries to side foot it in, but he needed to put his foot through that one with a bit of power. It was a good block by Gibbs-White, who got himself back. Good work right there from Gibbs-White, getting himself back into the defence. Onana plays it to Corey on the left-hand side. You thought he was going to put a ball in with his right foot, but he drags it past the defender, plays it onto his left foot, puts a ball low and hard into the box, and Damari Gray side foot. It was actually going on target. I don't know whether the keeper would have got to it, but a block by the Forest defender. Godfrey now puts a ball in from the left-hand side. Goes over the head of everyone. Iwobi on the right wing recovers the ball. He's going to put a ball into the box. No, he plays a 1-2 at Onana, but the return was really poor. He let Iwobi down there. Played it short for him. So there's only 50 seconds left in this half. Should be half time before we know it. Garnagay with the ball. Just need to keep hold of it now. Just keep hold of it. Coleman lashing it up front. Damari Gray not winning the header, because that's not what Damari Gray does. But 2-1 as we go into half time anyway, and it's a fantastic position to be in. I didn't think we'd be winning a half time in this game. You know, I was hopeful. Of course, you're hopeful. You're hopeful of getting something out of the game, but wasn't 100% confident, especially after the Arsenal game in midweek. But Everton have put a real shift in here. They're working hard. They are making it difficult for Forest when Forest progress into the Everton half. We're closing down. We're making the spaces tight, so they've got nowhere to play into. And we're decent going forward. We've been getting balls into the box, low balls. We've been playing drag backs and 1-2s to create a bit of space. And I think overall, it's really positive start from Everton. It's exactly what I wanted to see in this game. I was disappointed Forest got one back so quickly after we scored the penalty, but it was a decent effort and goal by Forest on 19 minutes. but only 9 minutes from Damari Gray scoring. We scored in the 10th minute. They got an equaliser in the 19th. And then Decore scored another 10 minutes after that, 29th minute. So, decent effort, decent start from Everton. What we're going to do, we're going to take 5 minutes, quick break, and we'll be back before the second half. If you're watching, please do like and subscribe to us and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified of all our videos. We have watch-alongs. We've got some tactical videos, tactical analysis coming up. That's going to be on our Facebook and YouTube coming up. We have some podcasts and interviews, and we'll just be putting more content out there. Please do follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Cheers. And we're back. Thanks very much for sticking with us during the break. Let's just reset the time. I'll tell you what, half times are a lot nicer when you're winning. You can have a biscuit, you can have a chill out, there's no stress. Forgot what it's like. You forget what it's like actually winning a game of football. Especially away from home. Which I suppose leads you to the question, do the players forget? Do the players forget what it's like to go and have a really good performance away from home as well? You know, I think they must do. I think they must lose that feeling of what it feels like. And that's when it gets harder and harder to then go and win again. Almost like a mental block. But it's interesting, isn't it? It's a lot of psychology involved in football, and I think it's very underrated. You know, people don't talk about that side of the game as much as maybe they should, because I think it definitely does affect players. Certain players, not all players. I think there's some really mentally strong players who probably forget about records and forget about trends, and every time they go out on the pitch, that's all they think about. They just think about that game. But for other players, they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. You know, confidence players, as we call them. And they just think, oh, I had a bad performance last game, and I'm going to have a bad performance this game, and I don't want to do anything wrong, and I'm just not going to go that, be brave and play on the ball because I don't want to make more mistakes. Maybe what I was talking about Garnagay earlier, making mistakes. And he doesn't want to make any more mistakes today. It's interesting, that. But we haven't got the second half just underway just yet, so we're just waiting for that to come on. I don't think there'll be any changes. I don't think Sean Dyche has to change anything. I wouldn't if I was him. So looking really just to carry on with the same. Just the same. Just hard working, be hard to beat. A challenge for Everton. Press forward and be the best version of ourselves that we can be. I think if we do that, you know, we won't be far away. But the players are back out onto the pitch. And we'll get strapped up for the second half. What a 3 points this would be. I know we keep saying it, but we're desperate. It's desperation, isn't it? It comes out. It comes out in you, in everything that you say and do. Just if only we were to get this, and if only we were to get that point. And it sounds desperate, but it is. Forest kicking off the second half, and we're underway. Wonder if they made any tactical changes here, Forest. What are they going to do differently to try and get themselves back in this game? Everton's point of view, I would just say, let's go again. Let's go again. Be disciplined. Be hard to beat. Be first to the ball. Be second to the ball. Keep winning your individual battles. And when you go forward with conviction. You know, be brave on the ball and want to take on a player, want to drive in the box. If we do that, we're going to be fine. But come on, let's see what we can do. Doucouré now on the ball into Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray's just dropping a little bit deeper. He's been doing that. He's been quite fluid, Demarai Gray, across the front three, to be fair. Ball comes in from McNeil there, whips it in. Oh, Nana tried to get his foot on that, but just got blocked away from him before the ball reached him. And now Demarai Gray battling over here on the corner touchline. Wanting the corner. Goes out for the Forest throw-in. Serge Aurier still fronting up to Demarai Gray. So Serge Aurier's been right up for it this game. He's been arguing with Coleman. He was arguing with somebody else before, McNeil. Now he's arguing with Demarai Gray. I think he needs to chill his beans a little bit, Sergio Aurier. I mean, if you're a Forest fan, you want to see players playing with that edge, don't you? You want to see them playing with the bit between the teeth, but he needs to pipe down a little bit. Then. Playing for Nottingham Forest. Here we are, 2-1 to Everton. Second half, throw in, throws it in, but Godfrey gets his head on it, goes back out for another throw in. We're not really penning them in here. Like, Onana's really calling and Damari Gray saying, come on, let's get round, let's pen them in, but we don't seem to be doing it too much. I think Sean Dyche just once has probably said to them, first 5 minutes of the second half, nothing silly, don't give away a cheap goal, and don't let your hard work be undone easily. I think that's something we have done in the past. When we've worked hard, and we have to work hard to score goals because they don't come natural to us. When we work hard and we score a goal, the first half we just so cheaply let away. I conceded a goal within 9 minutes, and that's what you don't want to do, So in the second half, first 10, 15 minutes, we want to be tight, want to be difficult to beat, disciplined, and just don't let anything go cheaply. Here we go, free kick though. Forest got a free kick inside the Everton half. Shelvey standing over the ball once again. Puts a ball into the box. Decent ball, but Michael Keane gets his head onto it. Aurier now with the ball, but it breaks to Garner-Gate, who brings it out to McNeil. Charges down the right-hand side, but goes out for an Everton throw-in. And that was well defended by Everton there on that free kick. Michael Keane's been quite good, actually, getting his head onto the ball. Doucouré's been everywhere so far. He's had 4 shots, he scored a goal, he's had 8 touches in the opposition box, 3 chances created, and he's ran the most as well. So it just shows you Doucouré is what a key asset he's been since he's returned to this Everton side. I've always liked Doucouré. I've always liked him. I've always thought he works hard. At times he was a bit of a headless chicken, when he didn't have that real purpose with his game. It just felt like he was just running for the sake of running sometimes under the previous manager. But since he's come back in under Sean Dyche, he's found a position for himself. He's found a rhythm, and with a little bit more conviction, he could have scored some goals. He's had opportunities in all games. He just hasn't really had the confidence to finish in style. With top midfielders, they obviously have that confidence, and that's where they score a lot of goals. So you're watching Restricted Views, Everton Fan TV. Thanks for joining us. Please do like and subscribe and share to your friends. Steve Cooper on the sidelines there talking with the assistant referee. Not happy about something, but he's losing. Managers always do that, don't they? When they're losing, they're always kicking off. They're always unhappy. You don't really see that attitude when you're winning. Pep Guardiola, maybe. Pep's never happy, winning, losing, and that's why he's such a specimen that he is, because he's never happy, regardless of winning and losing. And when City won in the Champions League a couple of weeks ago, he was furious because it was just 1-0 and because City had made some mistakes. Here we go. It's getting a bit heated here. It's getting a bit physical on the right-hand side between Gibbs-White and Godfrey. And McNeil's getting over there, and Shelvey's right in there as well. And now there's a pull-apart. Shelvey's in the thick of things. Of course he is. What a bell end he is. Aurier's right in there. He's been on the edge all game. Now Tarkowski's got himself over there. Coleman's getting over there. Everton a bit slow to respond there and getting over there, to be fair, to support the teammates. 20 seconds later, they're all hugging and they're all the best of mates when they think they're going to get a yellow card. The yellow is out, though. The referee's got the yellow out. He's speaking with Gibbs-White. Yep, it's a yellow card to Gibbs-White, who started that whole thing. Oh, there's going to be another yellow card here. Looks like Dwight McNeil's going to get one. Not too sure McNeil should have got one there, to be fair. It was a bit of physical play. The ball was bouncing round. Godfrey and Gibbs-White were tussling. And then it was almost the reactions. McNeil went right into Gibbs-White's face. Didn't touch him, though. There was no pushing. There was no arguing. Well, there was a little bit of arguing. There was no pushing. There was no physicality, really. But 2 soft yellow cards given out by the referee. Free kick to Nottingham Forest. Ball gets whipped in, and it's headed away by Michael Keane once again. Michael Keane's been really, really good in these clearances from the air, from set pieces. The ball's bouncing around, goes down the left-hand side, twisting and turning now. Decore and Iwobi putting pressure on. Forest player drops to the floor, but no way, that was a free kick. Not a chance. And Everton trying to recover the ball, but Forest hold possession in the middle of the park. Ori on the right-hand side plays the ball towards the back post. Gibbs White gets it. Gibbs White's such a player. I mean, I know we were in for Gibbs White when he was leaving, when he signed for Forest, and we couldn't afford it at the time, or we didn't make a good enough offer. If you listen to the reports in the newspapers and the gossip pages, but he's a really good player. I really do like Gibbs White. Every time I see Nottingham Forest, he's one player who is dictating play, who is the most likely to do something out this Forest team. You know, everything that happens in terms of Forest goals seems to involve Gibbs White at some stage, and he's a decent player. Young as well. Doesn't look young. Looks like a young Chris McCarter. Cammy. But it's a Forest corner. Gibbs White plays it short. Played a few short ones here, Forest. And Johnson's twisting inside, gone again. He put a ball in, but he's overhit it massively. It's gone right past all the Forest players and the Everton players. And Forest back in possession on the centre half. Put a ball into the box, gets a flick on the edge of the box. Coleman flicks it out, defends well. And now Everton trying to press forwards. But it goes out for a Forest throw in. Should have been Everton's throw in. Oh, it is. The referee initially gave it to Forest, but then changed his mind with a little help from the assistant referee. Looks like Sean Dyche there was telling the physio to get some energy drinks onto the players. Maybe one of those, liquids that they have, sachets. But it's funny, Sean Dyche is telling the physio to get his acting order and to get on the pitch. Gibbs White again, another free kick given away. And there's a bit more now, pushing and shoving between Iwobi, Gray, and a few of the Forest players. And Nana going over, trying to be a peacemaker, trying to push the players back, saying, come on. It was a poor reaction there from the Forest player, Lodi, on the left back. And he's giving a yellow card to Lodi. He's going to give a yellow card to Damari Gray here as well. But it keeps happening. These altercations keep happening, but the referee's banching out these yellow cards. He's giving a yellow card to Damari Gray, but Damari Gray is just saying to him, what do you want me to do in that situation? If someone comes up to you in the street, in work, wherever, playing football, and they're fronting up to you, what are you supposed to do? Where are you supposed to go from that position? Because that's what happens here. Damari Gray says, what are you doing? And then Lodi pushes him, and then another Forest player pushes him, and yet Damari Gray gets a yellow card. I'm not too sure what you're actually supposed to do in that situation to avoid a yellow. But anyway, the free kick goes in from Dwight McNeil, goes towards Tarkowski, he gets his head on it. Ball falls to Iwobi, and the ball just gets pinched from him before he goes to strike the ball. And there's got a free kick here to Forest. So what's happened is the ball's broken down the Forest left. The Forest player put a ball down the left-hand side, the long ball, and Tarkowski slid to try and make an interception of the ball, but he hasn't actually gone into the player. Tarkowski goes down, tries to block, and then Lodi just jumps over Tarkowski, but then does 4 rollovers. Tarkowski's going, I never touched you, clown. Get up. But the referee is giving a yellow card to Tarkowski. I personally think the referee has lost control of this game. He doesn't seem to be in charge whatsoever. and he's just bangs and yells about here, there, and everywhere. I think the referee is in the spot to bother here. Definitely wasn't a yellow card from Tarkowski, put it that way. Let us know where you're watching on. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, that'd be fantastic. Do we think Everton's going to get the 3 points here? Let me know in your comments. Everton on the counter attack. It's going down the left hand side. Oh, lofted ball back to the goalkeeper. Really poor ball back to the goalkeeper. Iwobi was closing in, but the goalkeeper just got a foot in and cleared. Challenges are flying in everywhere here. It's fastest. I think both managers will be just having a word with the players. Just say, okay, let's calm ourselves down here. The number of players on yellow cards right now, we just don't want anyone to pick up a red and put the team under any unnecessary pressure. That'd be the worst thing to do. Still feisty though. Still everyone having a pop. Wolby almost got in there. Coleman just put a ball through. Wolby trying to run onto it. I think the idea is right of trying to play that ball, but it's just it still hasn't come to fruition at the moment. Here we are, restricted views, Everton Fan TV. So thanks everyone for joining the stream. Please do like and subscribe and share with your friends. We're looking to grow our audience and our Evertonians joining the watch-alongs. We've got much more content to come on Facebook and YouTube, so please do stay tuned. Decent first 10 minutes here, the second half for Everton. You would say Forest has probably had the better of it. Obviously, it's just showing the action areas on the screen at the moment. The ball's being in the Everton half for the majority of the second half. But I think that's to be expected as the home team. Forest were going to come out of the second half, try and have that attacking intent and to go and get the equaliser. Everton have got to be smart here. They've just got to obviously stay disciplined, stay tight at the back, not commit too many bodies forward when we are pressing forwards, because we're always susceptible at the back to counter-attacks. And I think that's been one of our failings as the season's gone on. The amount of times we concede from counter-attacks like we did in the Merseyside derby, of course, from a corner. So we need to go forwards and of course try and still to score goals, but do so with a little bit of caution there, not to be leaving massive gaps in the defence. Onana's gone down, just get a bit of treatment here. I think he just got a knock here in the challenge with Gibbs White. Again, Gibbs White has been absolutely everywhere on the pitch today, for good and for bad. He's been all over the Forest's play, but he's been all over the fouls as well. Garner Gay's also gone down, just getting a lift up from the physio. Not too sure if he's looking to come off and make a change. Bit of a worry if Garner Gay does go off. Who are we putting on? There's Tom Davis on the bench. There's James Garner on the bench, just coming back from injury. It's almost like the walking wounded, which you would expect. We've played 3 games in a week now. You would expect there to be tiredness in the players' legs, knocks and bruises within the squad. It's just up to Sean Dyche whether he decides to be proactive and make some changes. I personally would in the last 20 minutes or so of the game, get some fresh legs on. Tom Davis has been left short a couple of times when he has come on in the previous few games. So I'm not too sure if Davis is the answer to come off the bench. But maybe if Garner, is feeling fit, he could do 20 minutes. Of course, he played in midweek for the under-21s. He might have 20 minutes in him. I do like the look of James Garner. Of course, was at Forest last year. Played a massive part in their promotion from the Championship to the Premier League. And now he's back at his old stomping grounds, only for Everton. Coleman with the throw in now. near the Forest goal on the right-hand side. He hasn't got too many bodies in support. He does throw it to Damari Gray, plays it back to Coleman, who runs into trouble. And now Forest win the free kick, a little bit cheaply to be fair. Coleman's and Iwobi are playing clever, picking the ball up, blocking the ball, not letting Forest play that fast free kick. They do get it back underway though, but it's only with their defence. Everton are pressing a little bit higher this second half. Just seeing a Garner Gay run about 40 yards to try and press the Forest defence. Same to Corey. It's not what we were seeing in the first half. We were seeing Everton more drop back into their own half, let Forest play around the back and come into the Everton half. But Everton seemed to be a little bit more on the front foot in the second half, pressing the ball. And in doing so, they do get some success. The ball's just being won by Garner Gay and Onana. Tarkowski now with the ball, playing it into midfield, into Decore, but Decore loses it. Again, struggling to put 3 or 4 passes together at times, Everton. Chris Wood with the ball now, plays it to the left-hand side. Gibbs White dangerous always when he gets the ball. He runs into trouble though, plays it back. Ball goes in, heads away from Godfrey. Forest have got some good players, and of course they've got a massive squad as well, so it'll be interesting to see what Forest do off the bench to see if they can affect the game. Seamus Coleman intercepts, balls with Iwobi, who pings a ball forwards, gets it into Damari Gray, but the defender comes round the back. It was Worrell and plays it out. It's an Everton throw in. Damari Gray's, he's got a really difficult job, hasn't he? When the ball gets played long into the attack, Damari Gray up there on his own, he's not the biggest of lads. He's quite slight. He takes it well on his chest, but the defender almost just comes through him and clears the ball out for an Everton throw in. Here we go now. Everton with the ball to Corey with his back to goal. Plays it to Garner Gay. Plays it quickly towards Damari Gray, but doesn't quite get there. Redemption for Everton. Is that for the first game maybe at Goodison Park this season? It was a 1-1 draw at Goodison Park. 2 goals in the last about 10 or so minutes at Goodison Park early on the season. Damari Gray scored for us. Forest subs are warming up. Got Hennessy on the bench, Mangala, Williams, Lingard, Sturridge, Yates, Emmanuel Dennis. Emmanuel Dennis was supposed to be a player, wasn't he? He touted about in the summer. Almost his name was getting thrown about with Everton as well. Ayew on the bench again. Name was banded about with Everton and from the free transfer market when the window closed. They've definitely got options for us from the bench. Ourselves, we've got... Who have we got on the bench? Well, as you can see on the screen, we've got Holgate on the bench. I mean, he came on in midweek and didn't really affect the game somewhat. Connor Cody on the bench, who you wouldn't imagine would come on unless there's an injury to one of the 2 centre-backs. Mopai on the bench. I would imagine we would see Mopai at some point during the game. I don't think Damari Gray is probably going to last the 90 minutes. So I expect to see Neil Mopai in the next 5 to 10 minutes, potentially. Mina on the bench again. Don't imagine he's going to come on. Jimmy Garner. I think Garner could come on if we have 1 or 2 knocks in midfield again. If we want to save some legs from Garner Gay, 3 games in a week is a lot to ask for some of these midfield players. Onana or Decore. So we could get Garner on. We have Tom Davis. Tom Davis has come on last few games. Hasn't been amazing, but I suppose it's difficult coming into a game when you're coming off the bench and only playing 5 minutes here and there. So, I've got faith in Tom if he comes on. Vinagre on the bench. Vinagre. I can't remember how you pronounce his name. And Ellie Sims. So I think Ellie Sims and Mopai are the 2 keenest to come off the bench to affect the game really, and that's something we may need in Ellie Sims. In this second half, I can imagine us. If Forest are pressing forward to get back into the game late into the second half, Ellie Sims could be an outball for us, and we could play to him, and he could be holding the ball up, using his muscle, letting us get up the pitch. So Ellie Sims could be a good shout for this second half. Let's see if Sean Dyche can bring him on. At the minute, the ball's back with Pickford. 66 minutes gone. Nottingham Forest 1, Everton 2. We'll take this, won't we? We'll take this all day long. If this is the way this game's going to go, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, that is so soft. That's so soft, referee. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? It's a goal kick. The ball's gone up. Onana's literally just gone shoulder to shoulder with the Forest player. The Forest player has threw himself on the floor and earns himself a free kick. Referee has just lost this game completely. Really poor. Really poor. Sean Dyche on the sideline is not happy. He's also saying, well, what are you supposed to do? It's a contact game. There has to be some contact here and there. Doesn't mean everything's a free kick, does it? Ore goes up there with Godfrey. Godfrey goes flying to the floor. No free kick. Everton aren't getting the rub of the green. Gibbs White lays it off. Tries to lay it off, but Iwobi intercepts. Iwobi now on the ball, charging down the right-hand side, but Gibbs White, so much pace, catches Iwobi up, and Iwobi has to play it back to Coleman. Coleman then looks for the curling ball to Damari Gray down the right-hand side. Damari Gray with the ball now towards the corner flag, holding off two Forest players, but Forest outnumber him, and Felipe recovers with the ball, hands it off to Shelvey. Forest are getting multiple bodies around the ball when Everton have got it. And you have to think Damari Gray hasn't played 90 minutes for some time as well. So that goes into the thinking of Sean Dyche, you know. Is he match fit for the 90 minutes? Is he tiring? Personally, I think Ellie Sims with his physicality up front could just do the job for us for the last 20, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Let me know in the feedback. Would you make any changes for Everton right now? Who would you bring on? Here's McNeil, being a little bit quiet in the second half. McNeil, he loses the ball down Everton's left. Forest charging forward now, ball into the box, and Michael Keane gets his head on it again, flicks it out. It goes to the left hand side. I will be battling for the ball, can't get possession. Michael Keane has played really well in defence today. He's made numerous clearances when the ball has been whipped into the box, either from set plays or open play. Well done, Michael Keane, coming back into the team. It's not easy, especially coming back into the team against Arsenal. Getting the result that we did, and now going again. But he's putting on a really good performance. Jack Colback is coming off for Nottingham Forest. Looks like Ryan Yates has come on in place. Looks like Fool is off. Emmanuel Dennis on. And then Wood off for Ayub. So Emmanuel Dennis, I was saying before, obviously we were linked with him in the summer. Can be an exciting player, can be a dangerous player. I thought he would do more this season. I mean, not saying nothing, not jinxing anything. But decent players, and it just shows you the strength Forest have got in their squad. I'm not surprised signing 30 players, but it shows you they can bring on 3 substitutes all at once, and the 3, if not some better players coming off the bench than the ones that they've got on. Everton still haven't made any changes so far. And we're down to the last 20 minutes. And I just think, come on, Everton. Come on, Everton. We need these 3 points so much. Here's Damari Gray. Nice little spin on the ball. McNeil wants it played into him. He gets it played into him, but his face just lets him down there. He'd be disappointed with himself. Coleman gets into the ball, wins it back. Iwobi's charging towards the box, play it to Damari Gray. Damari Gray back over to McNeil. No one's in the box, though, for the cross. Everyone's outside the box. There's only Onana in there at the back post. Iwobi flicks it forward towards Coleman. Coleman tries to get a cross in, but it's blocked. And again, Coleman tries to chase the ball down, Once you put one finger on the Forest player, Forest go down and win a free kick. But Forest won't be happy. They've turned over play so easily inside their own half. Everton with the ball down the right-hand side. Iwobi plays a nice ball around the outside into Garner Gay, who's pressing into the box, pulls the ball back. Oh, but it's blocked by a defender. That's really disappointing play. Oh, and Forest on the attack. It's 3 versus 3. Gibbs White charging through the centre of the field. He plays it towards the right-hand side, but Godfrey there recovers the ball. You're not getting past Ben Godfrey today. Gibbs White with the ball, running at Tarkowski. I thought he could have run at Tarkowski more, but he plays it to his right-hand side, tries to play it in and behind Ben Godfrey, but Godfrey reads it and intercepts. Really good play by Godfrey. Well played. 18 minutes to go. Come on, you Blues. What's happening tonight if we get the 3 points? Is anyone having a chippy tea? I know it's Sunday, but an Everton win. Don't care. Get a chippy tea. Here's Forest now playing with the ball outside the Everton box in Everton's half. Ayu's just come on for Wood, so he's a different prospect up front for the defenders to worry about. Not so much a physical presence, but more of a ball into the feet, maybe, skillful player. Everton have been quite solid, though, defensively, and Iwobi's come away with the ball. He's charging towards the Forest defence. He's gone past Worrell at the back. He now flicks it into Decore inside the box. Can Decore turn? He can't. Forest is defending well, to be fair. They've got 4 bodies round everybody as soon as we get the box inside, they're off. Especially the box. But we win a corner, and McNeil is absolutely thumping his arms to the Evertonians. That's what it means, getting a corner. Come on! They're working hard. The Everton players are working so hard. It's gone out for a corner kick to Everton. And of course, we are kicking towards our Everton fans, our Evertonians, travelling Evertonians. You see them there in the numbers. Thousands of Evertonians behind the goal. They want to suck the ball in from this corner. Iwobi with the corner kick. He goes to Michael Keane near post, but Worrell gets a head on it before him. And Forest come away with the ball. Felipe, who's a centre-back, charging down the left-hand side. And Everton have got bodies back. Back 4, back in shape. Midfield taking shape now. Ayu's got the ball down left-hand side, trying to take on Seamus Coleman. 2 of the old fellas. Coleman gets the ball and it goes out for a Forest throw. Yeah, that corner, normally we target Tarkowski with the corners, but that corner, interestingly, went into Michael Keane towards the front post. I'll be doing a little bit of analysis on our set pieces this coming week, so please do subscribe and like the channel for that video. You'll see that one in the week. Got a bit of a break this week as we don't have a midweek game, so we can put out some other content. Here's Damari Gray on the right-hand side, though, breaking away for Everton. He's looking to get the ball in the box, but no one's really in the box for Everton, so he doesn't play the ball in. Onana was breaking his neck to get in there, but wasn't in there to receive the ball at that time. Damari Gray still on the right-hand side. Plays it all the way back to Seamus Coleman. Now Damari Gray needs to get himself in the box, because that's where he should be, but he doesn't. He hugs the touchline. He gets the ball back, but plays it back to Iwobi. Iwobi charges forwards, tries to pressure himself, tries to take on the Forest defender, to be fair, get inside the box, but the ball breaks down. I've absolutely got no problem with that, like I said in the first half. If Iwobi gets... Oh, that is not a free kick. Clown. If Iwobi gets the ball and tries to get inside the box and take on a player, happy days. I don't care if he loses the ball 9 times out of 10. That 10th time could be absolutely pivotal for us. So I want to see Iwobi try to take players on. Highlights coming for the game coming up. The other lot playing Man United. Kick off at R4. I tell you what, if we get 3 points here, then we won't care what happens in the game. Shelby with the free kick inside the Everton half, plays it into the Everton box. Michael Keane once again rises above and clears the ball. Michael Keane has been an absolute machine today in the air. He's cleared almost absolutely everything. I'll make a note to have a look at that in the analysis in midweek. Oh, Forest have got the ball, and it's a goal. It's 2-2. Forest have scored. Johnson scored. He's got his brace. With 15 minutes to go, it's 2-2. Decore cleared the ball out. It comes to Decore on the left, and he tries to play a ball back through forwards, but it gets blocked. Forrest then on the break, put a simple ball low into the box, and it's Johnson who receives it. He's got the front forward in front of him. He's still inside the box himself, but he finishes it really well on his left foot. We don't pressure the ball, and he plays it high into the top corner, and Jordan Pickford's got absolutely no chance. It's 2-2, and it's devastating for Everton because we need the 3 points here today. We've got 12 minutes to try and get a goal back, to try and get a winner. We've done it once, we can do it again. But Brennan Johnson scores his second goal today and 7th of the season. The Everton defence was screaming towards Decore, what are you doing? Because when the ball gets cleared, Decore cheaply loses possession when the defence just want them to clear the ball and just take a bit of pressure off the defence. Alex Johnson saying Everton won't go down from a City fan. I appreciate that, mate, but we're in the bottom 3. Do you know what I mean? This is our 26th game and everyone else has played 25. I think when you look at the fixtures that are left this season, it's really touch and go. It can go either way. And I don't have the confidence that you have, unfortunately. But I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the comments. Felipe gets a yellow card. He goes a tackle from behind onto Mari Gray. As the ball gets played into Gray, he goes to ground, takes the Mari Gray's feet away from him. And it's an Everton free kick, but it's a yellow card to Felipe. Mari Gray's just looking like, what are you doing? Sean Dyche says Everton will be, and the coaching team will be really disappointed we conceded 2 here today. 11 minutes to go. Let's see if we can get a winner. Come on, Everton. Ball long and forward from Pickford. Tries to target Tarkowski, but it's actually too long. And it goes out for a Forest goal kick. So let's think about substitutions now. Alex Johnson's going to bet us out. We'll stay up. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I think you will find many people who will probably take that bet. After today, there's 12 games to go in the Premier League season. And we will be on, if the result stays like this, 22 points. That's not a fantastic position to be in. But we need 5 wins from the remaining 12 games. And when you've only won 5 or 6 all season, you know, it's a difficult ask, isn't it? But let's talk about subs. Who are Everton going to bring on? Let me know in your comments. Are we going to make a change? Do you see us bringing Ellie Sims on? Could Ellie Sims been the difference if we would have brought him on early? You know, if we had him on earlier there, he could have been there to hold the ball up as we're looking to get up the field and transfer the play from defence to attack. Both Forest and Everton have conceded 10 goals in the last 15 minutes of games this season. Both the highest in the league. So basically what that stat's telling us is there's goals still to come. There's a winner in this game. Ooh, the ball nearly just broke there in the box for Everton. But Everton are still battling, still working hard, and we're still battling. But at the minute, we're being caught short, and Forest are breaking. And it's a 3-on-3 again. It's actually 4-on-3 now. Ayu's got the ball. He's on the left-hand side. He tries to shoot. Pickford gets a hand to it and pushes it away. Oh, and Forest tries to get on the end of that one with a dive and header, but just missed. This time, Pickford does get enough on it to push it away from goal, just like he should have done the first time. Everton pressing forward now. Garnagay looks to his right. He's got Iwobi in support. He plays it to Iwobi. Iwobi looking to get a cross in. It's blocked and it goes out for a throw in. We haven't had too many corners in this game. It's Forest obviously know we're strong from corners. Don't want to concede too many. Just seeing a replay now again of the Forest chance. Ayew down the left-hand side, puts in a shot across Jordan Pickford. Pickford gets down low with his left hand, tips it out, and luckily doesn't fall to a Forest player this time. Coleman in the box now. Oh, twisting and turning, tries to get into goal, but just cleared, so he gets it stuck under his feet. No changes yet from Everton. I keep thinking we're going to make a change here. We're going to get another substitution on, but we're not. Sean Dyche is happy. Does Sean Dyche see this as a game to come away with a point as okay? Is he thinking an away point's better than our recent records? Against Forest, you've got to think we want to win. I know Forest are strong at home, but here's another counter-attack again. It's actually 4-on-3 now to Forest. Decore brings down Ayew, and Decore's going to get a yellow card here. Earlier on in that move, Connor Gay was fouled there by Emmanuel Dennis, and it was a clear foul just on the edge of the Forest box, and the referee has completely ignored it. A referee is an absolute disgrace, but yet gives a free kick to Nottingham Forest once we get into their half. The referee has given us nothing since the penalty. It's almost like he says, well, you got a penalty, you're not giving nothing else now. Angle ball into the box from Forest. Heads once again by Michael Keane, heads the way. Excuse me, now cleared away from Iwobi. Johnson with the ball on the right-hand side. Plays the ball past McNeil. Gets the ball inside the box. Saved by Pickford. It ricochets out. Dennis on the ball down the left-hand side. Twisting and turning. Plays the ball in towards the near post. Back post, and Godfrey heads clear. Forest sustained pressure here towards the Everton goal. We can't get out. Now, Gibbs White finds himself with the ball in free space. Knocks it back to Johnson. Goes for his hat-trick. Oh, I had to whisper away from goal. There was no pressure whatsoever on Johnson there taking the shot. The lad scored 2 goals in this game. And we've just let him have the ball inside the box, saying, go on, do your worst again. Too much, this. 5 minutes to go. It's almost like now Everton are hanging on to this result rather than going on the front foot to try and get a winner. Let me know, do you think this is a good result for Everton? Is a point a good result away at Nottingham Forest? Forest do have decent form at home. Won 42% of their games this season at home. Decent. They won 5, drew 4, only lost 3 games at home this season. So they've got a strong record. It's the away form that really let Forest down this season. But similar to us, we've got a really poor away form. So goes hand in hand, really, this game. Our away form, we've won 1 this season. You know what I mean? So this only would have been our second away win of the season. Can you imagine that? I think that would be in March, and we'll be saying that at this stage of the season. But overall, this point will put us up to... it keeps us in the same position of 18th, but we'd have 22 points. Same points as Leeds, but we've got a much worse goal difference to the tune of 8 goals. So that goal difference could prove vital come the end of the season. Southampton, Bournemouth, all that, Southampton had a good result yesterday, actually, to beat Leicester, but Bournemouth, Leeds, West Ham, Leicester, all poor results yesterday, which has done us a favour. But we really needed 3 points here today. Forest get a point here. Do you almost think that they'll do enough towards the end of the season, Forest, to keep them up? But here we are. We've got a few minutes left. The Wolby with the with the ball on the right hand side. Couldn't find Decore in the box. Garnegay goes strongly into the challenge. Can't quite get the ball. Eventually, it's a free kick to Forest. Forest throw themselves on the floor, left, right, and centre here. Watty says going down. That's helpful, Watty. Nice one. Do you feel better about yourself, do you? Just putting that little bit in? Here we are, Garnegay. Long clearance up. But no one's getting on the end of it. No changes for Everton in this game. No substitutions whatsoever. There's one just getting one sub getting warmed up at the moment, and that's Mopai just getting his top off. So he's going to come on to try and affect the game. Only 3 minutes left. So that makes me think that Sean Dyche didn't feel the need to make a change, especially when that Forest second went in. You know, he was happy to let Everton play and just see if they could get back into it naturally. I would have made a change personally. I would have brought Eddie Sims on earlier, but the man in charge of the decisions thought a change wasn't needed. Iwobi's here, tries to play the ball through one of the Forest players' legs and break onto goal, but Forest cleared the ball. Unlucky from Iwobi. Iwobi's been a lot more positive today going forward, wanting to take on a player, wanting to break forward. Unlucky there. He megs Felipe and goes past another. A little bit unlucky. Here we go. Damari Gray's coming off. Neil Maupai's coming on for the final few minutes. I mean, what an impact this could be. And Tom Davis is on as well. Tom Davis on for, it looks like Iwobi. Interesting. Again, does that say Sean Dyche is happy with the point here at Forest? I personally would have brought on Eddie Sims. You know, I've said that a few times, but I would have liked to have seen him in this game. The game's fizzling out a little bit here. Last minute to go. It's obviously Forest 2, Everton 2. A minute to go. Doesn't look like there's much else. No one's really pushing themselves too much. I think Sean Dyche is complaining about where the free kick's being taken here, and it is about 5-10 yards away from where the free kick occurrence happens. The referee's been poor this game. I've been really disappointed with the referee. I think Sean Dyche has too, because he can see he's been complaining all game to the assistant referee. Sean Dyche is absolutely screaming to the players, get up, get out of your own half and push up. The Everton players aren't really responding, to be fair. They're sitting back a little bit too deep, I think, for Sean Dyche's liking. He wants them to press forward. Everton, I think, are just fearful at this stage of the game. Away from home, a couple of minutes left in the game to concede another goal, which would be disastrous from a winning standpoint. Obviously winning the game 2-1 at one point. Here we are, though. Ore gets the ball into the box, cleared away by Godfrey. Goes out for the throw in. It's been a really even game. I think it's 5 minutes at a time. 5 minutes at a time. Come on, Everton. 5 minutes. I mean, can you imagine the scenes from the away end? The limbs if we got a winner. Tom Davis chasing down the ball. He seems to be that player who's going to be pressing the Forest defence. Let me know your thoughts on Tom Davis. Premier League footballer? Let me know. Four minutes left. Seamus Coleman. Fair play to Coleman. Played well this game. I think there's been a few decent performances from the Everton players. Here we are. Mopai's absolutely battling with the Forest defenders. Didn't come to nothing. Ball was an Everton corner. Really deep inside the stoppage time now. But again, should have been a free kick there. The ball was played up to Mopai. Mopai swamped by two Forest players. And no free kick to Everton. Once again, the referee Not favouring Everton for this decision. Tarkowski's going up. Michael Keane's going up. Are we going to target the near post or the back post here? This could be Tarkowski. Balls in from McNeil. In swinger. Back post. Michael Keane gets his head on it. But it almost goes out of play. It's up in the air. And it's a free kick to Nottingham Forest. How many times have I said that this stream? It's a free kick to Nottingham Forest. The referee is absolutely being whistle crazy. Wasn't too much in it. 2-2. Everton have had the better of it, actually. Everton have had 10 shots in total in this game. Forest have had 7. I've had 3 of those from Everton on target. It's a goal kick. Everton goal kick here. Just given the man of the match here to Johnson. I suppose fair play to him because he scored 2 goals for Forest. He scored a brace, so he probably is going to get it. Everton man of the match. I would. Michael Keane's played really well. Tamari Gray has played well as well. Iwobi. I'm going to give it to Michael Keane coming back into the side. I know we've conceded 2 goals, but everything that's gone into the box aerially, Michael Keane dealt with it well. Oh, Davis has lost the ball there in the centre of the park. Really poor to Dennis. And he knew he couldn't let the ball go, so he's almost bear hugged Dennis, give a free kick away, and took a yellow card. Tom Davis, though, he's done this against Arsenal as well. He received the ball in the centre of the park, tried to shield it from a player. He just hasn't got that about him. And then the ball gets pinched from him by Emmanuel Dennis. And then he has to commit a foul and concede a yellow card. Tom Davis needs to get that ball and get it out of his feet quickly and move with the ball. But he just seems static. And this is a late chance for Forest now. Shelvey on the centre half is putting the ball right into the Everton area. Flicked on by Felipe. It's out. It's shot from outside the box. It's blocked. Everton are trying to push out, but Forest still with the ball. It goes out for a Forest throw in, and there's 30 seconds left. Yeah, as I was saying, Michael Keane, everything that's gone into the box has been headed away by Michael Keane. Really impressive play by him. Fair play to him. Coming back into the team. It's a foul throw, an Everton throw in. So there's only 20 seconds left. The game's going to finish 2-2. Not what we wanted. We wanted 3 points here today. I can't say on the balance of the game that we really deserved 3 points. But we got a point. We get a point, and we move on. You know, we're on 22 points now. The game's over. It's full time. And that's the game. The game finished. Everton. That's the game. The game finished. Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 2. Here's some of my post-match reaction. Welcome to post-match reaction. This is Everton have just got a point away at Nottingham Forest. It was a decent game. It was a decent game for what it was. Everton obviously scored the first goal through a penalty. Penalty scored by Damari Gray. It was definitely a penalty. We're just watching some replays at the moment. It was a good start by Everton. Kept the lead for 9 minutes. 9 minutes later, Forest scored with an equalizer through Johnson, and it was a poor piece of play that led to the goal. But it was 1-1, and that's how the game stood. We went 2-1 ahead through Decore. It was actually a nice move. It was a free kick from Everton. Free kick, long towards Tarkowski. Tarkowski got the initial flick on. It actually went to Michael Keane then, who also flicked it on in the path of Decore. Decore were then, 6 yards outside of goal, and he nodded it past the goalkeeper for 2-1. Unfortunately, we couldn't hang on to that lead, and Forest equalised late on in the game in the final 10 minutes. Got an equaliser to make it 2-2. Really disappointing, as we thought we were going to come away there with 3 points. 3 points would have been massive for Everton. Would have took us up to 16th in the league on 24 points. We didn't get that now. We have to settle for a point. We are now, I believe, still 18th on 22 points. Equal with Leeds United, but with a worse goal difference. Some of the positives from today's game, I think Damari Gray came in and did well up front. He was favoured other than Mopai and Sims. We went with Damari Gray. We were playing it into feet a lot. Damari Gray was quite fluid in his forward play. He was dropping off the front, moving out wide to the left and right. And he was linking up play a lot better than some of our other forwards. Potentially you can't really say that's why we scored 2 goals. One was a set piece, obviously. But I thought we had more attacking prowess to us today than we have done in previous away games. Maybe that was due to Damari Gray. One other standout performance for me was Michael Keane. Now, Michael Keane's been out the team for months. He's not really been given a sniff. Tarkowski and Connor Cody have been the central centre backs that have been of preference for Sean Dyche and also for Frank Lampard before Frank was sacked from his position as Everton manager. Michael Keane's come in midweek against Arsenal away, and he's had a bit of a torrid time. We've conceded 4 goals. He is, his morale would have probably been on the floor, but he's started again today away at Forest, and his overall performance has been decent. One thing that stood out was his aerial prowess in defence. Any ball that went into the Everton box, from a set piece, from a corner, he was there clearing it away and he won the header. And I'll look at it more in-depth analysis this week. But Michael Keane, I didn't keep count of how many clearances he made, but he was a real game changer there at the back. I mean, could Connor Cody have done that? Should he have been playing? Possibly so. But you would think a really decent effort from Michael Keane there today. Overall, it finished 2-2. We're going to call the stream off for today. We've had a watch-along. We want to say thank you very much to everyone who joined the stream. Please do like and subscribe and share the video. We'll be putting on much more content in the weeks to come. And we'll say, enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Unfortunately, it wasn't 3 points, but it was a point. And we go again next week at home to Brentford. We'll be here, Restricted Views, Everton Fan TV, for another watch-along next weekend. I'll see you then.